And by the way, is Catavia still in the room? Is she still here? Oh, too bad she had to leave. I was going to let her know I am also a graduate of UNC Charlotte, so a little example for her maybe going forward. I came out of Pender County, a small school system. And, one of the passions around doing what we're doing within STEM schools, as somebody who came out of a small school system and went into an engineering program and finding myself needing to take remedial math to get into the school program at UNC Charlotte. So this is real, and it's been around for a while. And, having all of you in the room here to help us continue to work on that and continue the transformation is really powerful. I'm lucky enough to chair the Energy and Sustainability Industry Innovation Council. And I look around the room, I see other members of the council here today. This is a council that was formed early on to begin to support this emerging idea of networks of STEM schools, and in particularly with energy and sustainability, to take a look at how do we build workforce for the future. Energy is one of the great challenges, one of the grand challenges that we're facing as a society as we move forward. And how do we prepare young folks to come out of school with the skills that if they choose that path, that they can help us with the challenges as we go forward. Just to give you an idea, just in the energy industry right now, the skills that are needed range all the way from craft to PhD, all the way through. But the base skills that are needed are really the STEM skills that we talk about. So let me give you an example. A line and service technician, the folks who go out and work on the wires, when we recruit those individuals, they can come in with a high school education. They need about 4 or 5 years worth of training to be ready to actually do their job and to do it correctly. 80% of the candidates that we get coming out of high school wanting to take on that fail a fundamental test on construction and skilled craft training, and they fail it on fundamental applied mathematical skills. Simple, right? And it's right there in front of us. And we go forward from there. So this is really, really important, because what we're talking about is trying to build a network that will begin to produce not just STEM-capable students, for engineering curriculums and science curriculums or science careers, but to be a part of an economy that demands that, no matter what you go into. If you're an engineer, it goes to say that. But think about anything that we do these days that doesn't have science, math, or technology associated with it. So it's very, very important that we have networks to be able to do that. I take your attention up to the screen, and one of the things that we've been talking about is creating an ecosystem, if you will, an innovation ecosystem around this idea of the creation of STEM networks. Certainly there are school and district strategies that come into play there, a healthy system where we have strong curriculum. In the case of the Energy and Sustainability Industry Council, helping to put real-life content into the curriculum so students are learning STEM skills in real-life applications. Being able to get the right instructional coaching, doing the things within the schools and the districts that are very, very important here. Michelle Cahill and I were talking quite extensively over lunch, and I think it's really important, the leadership development in the districts and in the schools and the structures that fundamentally create kind of a glove-up approach to being able to capture the change that we need to have. Because we can do the teaching skills, the coaching skills, and the development skills, but if the system isn't ready to take it, it'll be something that's a great big challenge for us. So creating those school and district strategies here, and then networking strategies. So Michelle also talked about the school system being porous. So thinking, and what she's really talking about there is those connections where industry and the schools are connected so that the children, the ones that are the most important, are getting the real life content that they need from the real world to be able to translate the learning in ways that they can use in their future. And you know, that's very, very important. Technology to be able to support that, systems of schools, peer schools working together so that you don't really have, I think the word was just used, pockets of excellence, but to transform from pockets of excellence using the technology we have and other methods and make that across a whole system of schools, across the entire state. And that's really where we're trying to go to. I want to take you back to this idea of preparing students for life, and I'll take you back to our industry. We use young people coming out of the school system at every potential stop. So if they come out of high school, there are jobs in the energy industry, and I'm not just talking about the power industry, but I'm talking about the solar industry, the gas industry. There are jobs to be had there for the right skills. But that's becoming less and less the norm. More the norm is that 2-year technical degree and beyond, so being ready to progress into those, whether you get it from outside of the business community or whether you get it after you come into the business community, that continuous learning that goes on with that. And just a few examples, you know, even within our community college, highly skilled, and you read about this in the newspapers all the time, highly skilled machinists, highly skilled welders that can go into a nuclear plant and create a weld that protects all of us. Those are skills that require math, science, technology, and critical thinking skills as these folks go through. So it's not the idea of shunting kids into a particular arena, energy, or science, or medicine, or aerospace, or anything else with these schools, but it's using real life to capture their imagination and keep them engaged into these STEM networks. So it's very, very important for us as we go along with these STEM networks to stay connected with the business community. For us, it is about the creation out of our school system, not just a workforce for the future, but an economy that we serve, you know, in our industry that we serve in all of its different ways, that's prepared for the future that's going to be in front of us. So these STEM networks, we're starting on the energy and sustainability part of it, is anchoring the curriculum around the early college high school that Wake County and NC State worked on collaboratively in Raleigh, using that school as an anchor for a curriculum that is already beginning to go out into other STEM schools around the state. And that's the idea that whatever is learned in instructional technique, whatever is provided in technology or in content is immediately available around the network as we go forward. Once it's tried and true, that it works as we go forward. So that's just a quick idea of what we're trying to do within kind of the industry networks around STEM. And I'd like to turn it over now to MaryAnn Black and ask her to reflect on Duke Medicine's involvement in the Health and Life Sciences Network.
Thank you, Jeff, and good afternoon, everybody. I want to start by thanking Tony. He heard a request that I made, and that request was for us to have someone at Duke Medicine who could help coordinate activities across Duke Medicine with the City of Medicine Academy. Duke Medicine has been involved with the City of Medicine Academy since 2003. And in fact, Dr. Victor Zhao, who is a cardiologist, a world-renowned leader, researcher, and heads the health system, heard about the City of Medicine Academy from me for a couple of years. And finally, I convinced him to go take a look. When Dr. Zhao went to the academy, and it was not in the new school that it is in now, but was actually in a rented space, he became very enthusiastic about the program, talking to the students. He identified very quickly some of the students who were very, very gifted, and he could see them moving ahead in medicine and science. I think equally as important was the students' opportunity to talk to Dr. Zhao and to touch a person who is a world-renowned leader who stood and talked with them about medicine and cardiology. And before we left the school, we decided to take some pictures, and the students all wanted to have pictures with Dr. Zhao. So we went ahead and took them and then sent them back to the school and asked Elizabeth if she would share the photographs with the students. But Dr. Zhao came back to the health system, and he said, "MaryAnn, you have changed my mind." He had some concern about moving towards small schools and wondered if it was isolating students too much. He, however, began to feel that there's a place for all of this and that the City of Medicine Academy could indeed work. And so he charged a number of us to continue to work with the City of Medicine Academy to engage the young people in activities at Duke Medicine. And I want to let you know that we work across the board. So we work in the university, we work in the health system side, which includes our School of Medicine, the nursing school. Wherever we can place a student, we are asking and looking to do that. There are some places we can't have students because of patient confidentiality and all of that, but we have been working with the students now for a number of years. Our faculty are very interested in visiting the school, and because the school is now situated on Durham Regional Hospital's campus, and that is our community hospital operated by Duke, the doctors, the administrators, and other people are able to walk across the campus, do an activity with the students, and then go back and see patients. The students also can walk across the campus and be engaged in the hospital and have activities that allows them to see an administrator. We have one of our administrators here from Durham Regional today. Because one of the messages we are trying to send as we work in this partnership, and indeed it is a partnership, it's Duke partnering with the City of Medicine Academy, it's Duke partnering with our community college, and the City of Medicine Academy partnering with the community college, and Bill Ingram is here, he is the president of Durham Technical Community College. All of us working together to make sure that our students have an opportunity to really learn. In working with some of the City of Medicine Academy students, we have learned that all of them are not prepared for the level of work you need to do in science. And so we now have a program where the medical students are doing several things. Starting in February, their medical students will be going over to the City of Medicine Academy and tutoring some of the students. And we have arranged transportation for the students because they will be tutored after school and needed a way to get home once the tutoring is completed. The other part of that program, which is different from tutoring, is a Leadership Academy. And the Leadership Academy is going to engage not only the City of Medicine Academy students, but the undergraduate students at Duke University in a program teaching them how to become leaders. We want to make sure that we send the message that you can be a good doctor, you can be a good nurse, but if you're in medicine, if you have ever been in the hospital, it takes many more people helping you than a doctor or a nurse. So you can go into IT, you can go into social work, you can do any number of things, and our goal is to expose students to the variety of activities that they can do at the City of Medicine Academy. One of the problems we encountered was students who said, I cannot have an internship even though you are providing it for me because I must work. And they felt that they could not give the summer time up to do the internship because they could make no money. So Duke has a program almost like the United Way, where we allow our employees to make commitments to give money to various groups that we work with in the community. And I placed the City of Medicine Academy on that list. And so now, over the last 3 years, we've been able to give them quite a bit of funding. And that funding underwrites the cost of the students for bus fare, for books and equipment that they might need to perform at the City of Medicine Academy, but it also pays for the internships that the students have, so that they're able to have a good experience over the summer months and not feel that they got to rush off to have a summer job and work. I think that we are working really well. There's a lot to do. And with the help of the New Schools Project, we are getting there. We have now get requests from other faculty who are interested in going to the City of Medicine Academy. And for those of you who have public-private partnerships and you have STEM schools and you're bringing the business community in, be sure that you're prepared to receive the business community and that the students are prepared to receive the people who are coming in. So it's a two-way street. You've got to prepare the students for the speaker. You've got to prepare the speaker for the students so that they have a very good experience when the activity is over. And with that being said, I think I've done my 5 minutes, so I'll hush and
thank you,
let the
MaryAnn.
next person.
And it's always great to have a principal from one of our schools here. I'm going to ask Angela Polk-Jones to talk about the impact that that connection with education and the business community has with your school.
Well, thank you. First of all, I want to thank New Schools Project for the opportunity to come and to participate, considering I am a first year. We are a brand new school and I am a brand new principal. However, I think one of the interesting things about that I have learned being a part of the network so far is that the innovative ideas are ideas that I've had all along. So it fits right in with where I am as far as education is concerned. So I really thank you for the opportunity. I would first of all like to start off by recognizing my regional superintendent, Dr. Terry Worrell. Thank you for being here. But want to start off first by talking about the importance of the relationship between the middle college at UNCG and UNCG staff and faculty. They have been phenomenal. I think one of the good things about it, it seems like everyone wants to be a part of the middle college. And it's kind of difficult to navigate all of the interests at times. But it's one of those things where it's like, take it one step at a time, we'll get to you type things. One of the things in particular that I'm grateful for, I see Dr. Sam Miller from the School of Education at UNCG is here as well. And he's reached out and we're gonna try to work together on utilizing the science lab was one of the things that we talked about. The dance department. They've invited us and allowed us to come and participate in some of their performances because we do have kids that are not only interested in science and technology, but they have other interests as well. So this helps them to remain and to become well-rounded. And we're going to be going to one of the Shakespearean plays. So the drama department, they're working with us. So the partnership has really been great. I just recently received, as a matter of fact, I think it was today is Wednesday, it was Monday, just received a proposal where the STEM education departments, if you will, on campus, they're very interested in incorporating and including the middle college as a part of an initiative that they're going to implement next year. And in the proposal, and I have it right here, I didn't have time to read the whole thing because I was just getting it, but in the proposal in particular, they want to mentor and tutor our students, and in particular in the science and math departments, and really want to help our students who are already, our focus is obviously health and science. We're part of the STEM affinity for the health and sciences. And our students are interested in those fields, but again, they want to really help prepare our students for the STEM businesses or STEM careers. related to the medical field. So the partnership that we have been able to develop that has started between the university and the middle college has really been phenomenal. Now, as far as the business aspect of it is concerned, our regional superintendent, Dr. Worrell, was able to set up a meeting with Tim Rice, who is the CEO of Alcone Health Systems. And so we're in communication with one another, trying to set up a partnership there with him and also High Point Regional Hospital. So similar, just in listening to the things that MaryAnn was saying, it's like it gives me hope, because I'm hoping that we're able to do some of the same things that you talked about. And one thing that we are able to do is every Friday, there are some exceptions here and there, but we have developed the partnership with Dr. Tom Martinek, who is our college liaison, a Pathways to Health and Medical Careers. And basically every Friday, our students are exposed to some type of health and medical career. For example, we divide them into three groups. And one group may stay on campus, and someone from the music therapy department came over and did some education and exposed them to that as a possibility. Another group went to Cone Hospital, went to the neonatal unit, or excuse me, the women's hospital. Another group went to Cone Hospital, and then we just rotate. So it's a 3-week cycle where they each get exposed to the same things. And so again, that is something that we're able to do on a regular basis. So the exposure piece is critical, because as a result of some of those trips, students have been able to eliminate some things that they thought they wanted to do, and they have been exposed and said, wow, I didn't know this, you know, you could do this in that career. That's what they're interested in. And I think the earlier we expose them to these careers and the possibilities, I think that we will have, you know, less of an issue, if you will, with students graduating from high school not being college ready, because again, we expose them early, and so they start to prepare early for that particular career. They know in advance what they need to do. And as far as the educational part component, the responsibilities of the teachers in the schools, that rigor that we provide, or that the teachers provide, again, that is another key element to helping them to become ready. And one of the things that I really want to you know, say thank you to New Schools Project for in particular is the instructional coach. My instructional coach has really been very helpful and has been just willing to do whatever it is that we ask, or that I ask her to do, or she will ask me, do you need me to do anything? You know, and we sit down, we meet, we talk, and so that feedback and that dialogue is there. So again, there are different partnerships, different levels of partnerships that I think that are critical and crucial to the success of these early and middle colleges and in these innovative schools. So that's just in a nutshell, and I think I went over my 5 minutes.
Okay. Thank you, Angela. Mm-hmm. We're going to, in the interest of making sure we have a very robust discussion coming out of this, we're going to go into our working sessions here. And then when we're finished with that, Dr. Habit and Michelle Cahill will come back up and provide some feedback on the outputs. I'll kind of close our session here just with one additional perspective is these connections between the schools and the business community can be very, very powerful connections. They're powerful for the students. They're very powerful for the faculty as well in being able to develop the kind of content in the curriculum that's real life. And that's a great opportunity for us to mine in this development of STEM curriculum. So with that, we'll thank you. We'll ask you, you know the drill. You've got a facilitator at your table, and they'll take over from here, and thank you for your feedback.